I don't know about you guys, but it's starting to get cold here in the UK. All of a sudden, normally I have all my windows open and I like the cold, I like fresh air. But suddenly, a few days ago, it's, ooh, okay, ooh, I think summer's gone. So this raises the spectre of energy bills in the UK. I'm sure it's happening everywhere, but the energy bills and heating our houses keeps going up and up and up and up. It's not helped by the fact that we have incompetent energy companies over here, and maybe we need an AI, Albania, to come in and hack and slash them, deal with Thames Water while it's at it as well. But there is some potential good news. This is on energylivenews.com, a very exciting publication about energy news. The things I do for you guys, reading this stuff for you. So there's an AI which has been put forward. It's called... I'll read it. So a new AI-driven platform promises to help households save £1,100 a year on electricity, while cutting emissions and strengthening grid resilience. The initiative is the result of a £4.7 million partnership, which is pretty cheap, considering if it's going to save that much money, between energy optimization company Julen, I assume they built the software, and the Project Better Energy, PBE, the UK's largest residential solar installer. I always find solar in the UK a bit weird. We're not famously sunny, but okay. Launching this month, the platform will be accessible through a user-friendly app for households and businesses with or planning to install solar and battery systems. Okay. By combining AI with energy market trading, it enables customers to maximize their saving and even generate income by selling power back to the grid during peak demand. Households are expected to save up to £145 on average annual electricity bills, in some cases reducing costs to zero. What's the... Oh, 145%. Sorry, 145% on average annual electricity bills. If you save 145%, then surely you're making money. Anyway, so this is probably a sneaky ad, let's be honest, for PBE and for Julen, but I think it points to kind of an exciting use of AI. This will not necessarily be generative AI. This is probably predictive AI. But we can use artificial intelligence, predictive AI, to better manage things like energy. So when this kind of technology is used at the much higher level, so the national grid, for example, it's incredibly powerful. But it's the use of AI that we don't tend to talk about very much. People have hyperfixated on generative AI and its impact on the environment, its use of electricity, which is a real issue. The use of water, less of an issue, and that's a bit of a red herring, but the use of electricity is really an issue. But we forget that we can also use AI to better optimize how we are using electricity. And it is already being used. It's just predictive AI, it's machine learning, it's other forms that aren't in the public eye compared to generative AI, which is the new hotness. So when people talk about AI being new, it's not. It's been around since the beginning of computing. The idea of artificial intelligence has been around. And then we've had forms of artificial intelligence for decades, absolute decades. I think businesses like Amazon are basically built on big data and machine learning. That's how they became an absolute giant. And even before then, we had forms of artificial intelligence. We just don't refer to them as, the people who know about AI do call us AI, but now in the public sphere, AI is synonymous with ChatGPT and generative AI. But we have to remember there are many other forms of artificial intelligence. It's a huge field. And some of them are going to save us a lot of money and a lot of energy moving forward, because we can use them to more sensibly allocate electricity and our national grids. Or in the case of Albania, we can potentially use artificial intelligence to allocate public funding and to reduce corruption, as we covered in that last story. But these are different types of AI. You need to remember that.